Now calling assignment operator, which goes to a question marks and equal sign. It was introduced in C# 8. The purpose of this operator is to assign a value to the left operand if it is null. For example, let's write some code. I'll write some code just to show you how this null coalescing assignment operator works. So let's we will be using our main function and arguments because I want to just to run code and see the example. So I will write some code. If args, so we're taking the first argument of our console when we're on .NET run, and if you pass something after the run, you will that's this variable string of arguments. So you can pass after .NET run any arguments and do some logic on the value that you passed. If args is null, so if I'm passing null, just as an example, args 0 will be null. We created that means if I do like .NET run, it will give us unhandled exception. So if I go .NET run null, just let's imagine that I'm passing null as the argument. If the arg0 element of the args is null, then I want to assign null to the args0 element. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm assigning the null for args0 element for the first element of args array. And after I assign the null, I want to check. Let's create a variable called string username. That will be arg0. I'm assigning to the arguments of 0. And then let's create string default username. That will be guest. If you didn't pass anything, or in our case, you passed null, then it will be a guest. So I want to write our null coalescing assignment operator. So that will be username. Then I'm doing 2 question marks equal sign default name. What it does, basically, it says if username is null, then do assign for this for variable username the default username. And default username, it's not null, it's always have the guest value for the variable default username. Basically what it does, let me just show you what it does under the hood. So if username is null, then username equals to default username. This is what the null coalescing assignment operator does. What it does under the hood, checking if this variable is null. If it's null, then it assigns the default value. So that's what it does. And now let's just console.writeLine our result. That will be username plus username. So I'm interested only in a username variable. As we know, because if I pass something that is null, it will be the guest value will be assigned for username variable. Okay, let's do .NET run null. So as you know, because I'm passing the null into the args variable as the first element, it will check if it's null, like a string null, because this is the string, then I'm assigning the actual value null to the first element of args array. And then I'm assigning the variable of args, the first element of the arg array, I'm assigning to the name. So basically, whatever name we pass inside the first element of args array, it will be assigned to the username. We're creating the variable default username, give it the value of guest. And if username is null, then it will be assigned a value of guest here. So it will be a guest. And then we'll console.writeLine our result. So let's try with null. Let's imagine we're passing a null. Okay, so it gave us the guest result. It checked it's null. And then we created the second variable. Now we know it's null. In our case, it's null. And then we're assigning the guest variable for the username null, for the username variable, and we output it on the console. So this is the null coalescing operator, assignment operator, and this is how it works. Okay, let's try another name. .NET Run, let's say Kit. This is my name. Okay, it's not null, it's outputted the Kit, my name, or let's try another one. Let's try Joe. It gives us the result username Joe. So please use this operator. It's very useful. I use it all the time on the work.